the difference between thinking, reflecting, and knowing. We often use the words thinking, reflecting, and knowing as if they mean the same thing, but they don't. They are three very different ways of engaging with your life, and each one has its own place. If you begin to notice the difference between them, something shifts. You start to understand not just what you're doing, but how you are living. So let's take a look at them one at a time. So starting with thinking. Thinking is something we all do from the moment we're born. It lives primarily in the brain. It is logical, analytical, and often focused on assessing a situation and deciding what to do next. Planning sits there, problem solving sits there. But thinking does not always happen in the brain. There is also thinking from the heart. The heart is more expansive. It processes information from a different and deeper perspective. Where the brain is logical, the heart is closer to your values. How you want to live, what matters to you, and what feels right and what feels not quite right. You can often recognize this in others. When someone speaks from the heart, you can feel the difference. Most of us move between these two without really noticing. Now let's look at reflecting. Reflecting is different from thinking. Where thinking often looks outwards, reflecting turns inwards. It is more introspective and comes from a more non-judgmental place. It is not about deciding what to do next. It's all about understanding. When you reflect, you're looking with your life experience, your life values, and what you have already processed, particularly through the heart. You might reflect on a situation with another person, trying to understand their behaviour, or you might look back on a moment where you were learning something like patience. In many ways, reflecting is where you become the observer of your own life. It's not always serious. Reflecting can also be a source of joy. You can revisit moments simply to feel them again. For me, this includes poignant moments with my granddaughter, and when I reflect on them, I always smile. Now let's move to knowing. Knowing is quieter. It doesn't arrive in the same way as thinking or reflecting. It builds over time. It often starts very faintly, almost easy to dismiss, but over time it strengthens until eventually it becomes clear. Sometimes that clarity arrives as an aha moment, and when it does, you often why you hadn't understood it earlier. But the truth is, you were understanding it. It was just forming. You feel knowing in your body, in the gut or in the heart. It has a different quality. It is steadier, deeper, and more certain. And it needs space. It does not respond well to noise or constant activity. It needs quiet moments, space within your inner landscape. So let's bring all of this together now. Thinking, reflecting, and knowing are all available to us, but they're not competing processes, they're tools. Thinking helps us engage with the world. Reflecting helps us understand our experience of it. Knowing helps us align with what is true for us. Perhaps the invitation is simple: to notice which one you're using, to allow space for the others, and to gently develop them over time.